Yo, what is up, guys? This is RizzyPOW, and we are here with the first match of the playoffs for the MPL. Now, this is a really scary week for us, guys, and I'm actually post-commenting this one. I actually live commented. We'll get into that a bit later. If we lose this match, though, guys, we're out. We're absolutely out of the playoff. I mean, like, out of the MPL for Season 1. Is our time. We will be done. And if Ash wins, then he will proceed on to the next match. This is the quarterfinals, I guess you could call it. And I was absolutely terrified for this match. I felt that Ash had the better team matchup against me. Was really scared about a Bandit Bisharp and a Dragon Dancing Megazard Y with Solar Beam. And that was extremely scary to me. Looking at his team, he did bring those threats. He also brought Uxie, and I was also so scared about the Shaman, as well as the Togekiss could be a major problem. Chandelure, I wasn't too scared about, but it could also be a problem. I knew he was going to bring Chandelure this time, but, guys, this is, we're about to start this, and I'll tell you guys a little bit of what happened during the time. I actually recorded this at 4:30 in the morning because we originally could not find a time with scheduling and stuff, and it was really hard. And so we're originally going to do it at like 2 or 1 o'clock in the morning at my time. And what happened was stuff happened and ended up getting delayed, like real life issues, and I ended up going and having to do it at 4:30 a.m. and I should have gone to sleep, to be honest. I know my match with Dan, I had it at 2 o'clock in the morning, and that was bad. And that was really bad. But we're now here, guys, and what happened was I actually live commed it so I could get it up as early as possible that day. But what happened was the timer, we ended up going to the whole entire hour, and the person with the most amount of Pokemon by the end was the winner. You guys will see once we get into the battle, and it was 70 turns long, so I didn't want to make you guys go through that, and we're actually going to be speeding up this battle a little bit. So yeah, let's get into the battle right now then. Okay, so we're going to be going up against Ash right here. I decided to lead off with my Mamoswine, and we are speeding up this by 3 times, so hopefully I don't like stumble over my words. This is a really long battle, so that's why I'm just going to go for the Ice Crashes in the beginning. He switches out into Uxie, starts getting his screens up, and I expected him this to be like a screens Uxie with, you know, double screens, maybe Memento and Rocks. So I get double flinches, but then I miss, so it's alright. And it's not doing much damage to him. I know he can't really do much to me, so I'm just going to spam this Ice Go Crash, trying to burn turns of Reflect and such like that. And then I thought that his last move was Memento, not Toxic, so I actually just switch out into Chancey, and I know it's what is it, a Seismic Toss can take him out from this range, so I just go for that, and the Togekiss gets hit pretty hard. And Whiteout is going to come in right here. He's going to take some rock damage. He's actually going to go for the trick. Well, I switched out into this because I didn't see any point in me staying in with my Chancey. And he actually went for the trick, which was really good for me. I have a Scarf from Amazon right here. Chancey couldn't do much to that Togekiss because it could have Heal Bell and Roost, and I couldn't do much to it. So he's actually going to switch out into his Bisharp, knowing that I'm Scarfed. I'm sure he's banned. If he went for a Pursuit right there, he would have actually taken me out, and I was so scared he was going to do that. He actually didn't. I am a no-item Zapdos, so I'm going to be able to take that. I'm gonna actually go for the Heat Wave. If he was Adamant, I would have outsped him. Although if he was Jolly, I would not be able to outspeed him. But he did not know that, so he just switches out because that was definitely his win condition. And I'm just gonna be able to take out this Uxie. So that is fantastic right here. We are already in the lead 6-5. So that is fantastic for us. His light screen's going to wear out, and he's going to go on his Bisharp because he can just Sucker Punch me, and he didn't want to risk it, so he just went for the Sucker Punch instead of trying to go for a knockoff or something like that. So he's going to switch out right here, and he's going to go out into his Shaman, and we're just going to go for the Roost. And that is a really good time for us. We are back at full health, so we can switch it on that Bisharp at any point. We're going to go for the Heat Wave because I knew that was going to do about 50% to him. If you went for a Toxic here, that could have been bad. I'm really happy that I just went for Leech Seed. And right here, I know one of my only safe switch-ins for this thing is my Chancey. And this is where the Solly star part comes in. He's actually going to go for Tailwind. I'm not too scared to win just because my team is slow anyway. It's mostly bulky. He's going to go for the Leech Seed. I'm going to go for the Seismic Toss. I went for Seismic Toss first instead of Toxic, just in case he was Sub-Seed or something like that, and he actually wasn't. So this next turn, I think I just go for the Toxic. We trade Toxic right here, and he's getting a ton of health back from the Leech Seed because Chancey is such a high base HP. So this is not looking good for us at all, but if I had to sack off Chancey to weaken the Shaman to about 25% or something like that, I will do it. I do have Stoppable, he does not have Synthesis, so maybe I could win that war. I don't think I would have, but weakening Shaman was worth it for my team. I know I had my Mamoswine as well as my Zapdos to deal with it, but I didn't want to really rely on. I'd rather just get rid of it because, yeah, so he's going to go for the Defog right here. He's not Scarfed anymore, and he's going to get rid of the rocks, but he's also going to get rid of my rocks, so I'm completely fine with that. I'm just going to go into Stone Edge. I made a really aggressive switch out into my Crocodile right here. If he went for Air Slash right there, that could have been problematic, but I'm just going to go into Chancey right here, just because I cannot go into Mamoswine. It's already toxic and everything. It's going to take rocks, and he's just going to switch out and going to just be in a bad position. So he's actually going to avoid the Toxic. Didn't matter. Obviously, he gets a ton of health back, and I'm at the point where I cannot, he can take me out with a knockoff, but he actually goes for Night Slash, which is really interesting. I guess he was expecting my Slowbro, but if he was banded, a knockoff still does 50% to Slowbro, so I was really wondering why I ran a Night Slash, but he's going to go for the Overheat right here, and this gives me the chance to go on and Chancey myself and actually softball up. So that was fantastic. And now since I softball up, I'm at the range point where I can live one knockoff. And he actually decides to go for Night Slash again. I'm going to be able to take him out with the counter, and that is fantastic for me. He's going to miss the Leech Seed. Did not matter too much just because his whole Stolly and everything mattered a little bit, obviously. But this next turn, I'm going to go for the Toxic because I know already he probably does not have the substitute. And before, if he went for knockoff with his Bisharp instead of Night Slash, he could have actually gotten rid of my EVOA, and that could have been a huge problem for him. For me, that could have really, you'll see later in this match how much I need Chancey. But yeah, this is just a Stolly sort of fest, all that kind of stuff. And Chancey's pulling through. I think I go for the softball right here. Yes, I do. As he switches out into this thing, he's going to try tricking me. I know that. So I'm going to switch out into my Zapdos, which I know can take any hit from this thing because I know his set already is Air Slash, Trick, and Defog plus one other attack. But I don't know what other attack he is. I don't think he can hit my Zapdos. I don't have an item, so I gained the Focus Sash. Did not mean anything. And I'm going to Volt Switch out of there. And I'm going to go on to Alzheimer's so I can take the Air Slash, switch out and get my regenerator boost and go back into my Zapdos to take him out with another Volt Switch. So that is going to be my plan. I'm going to go for the Volt Switch. He's going to go on to Shaman, and that's fine with me. That is absolutely fine with me. So Whiteout is going to come through, and I can go for the Esco Crash right here and take him out, but he's actually going to switch out into his Chandelure, which is fine with me. I'm going to be taking some more toxic damage, although, but that actually does a reasonable amount for it being resisted, so that's kind of nice. I'm going to go on the sunny side because I know I can take any hit from him. He actually decides to go for the Shadow Ball, and Shaman's going to come out right here. I'm going to go for the Toxic, and he can just go and try this. We're just back in the same situation. That kind of sucks, where he's gonna go for Leech Seed to get some health back, a ton of health back, because Chancey's base HP is so high. And yeah, it's just gonna have to be like this. But he's gonna, because he's toxic, even though I'm toxic, he's gonna be losing more health more every turn, if that makes sense. But he actually has Endeavor. He reveals Endeavor, which didn't really mean much. It actually was a relief off my shoulder because that means he does not have Seed Flare. And Seed Flare could have been a huge problem because it has a 40% chance to lower my Speed Def by 2. And if he kept on spamming Seed Flare, even though he only has 8, that could have been a huge problem. But he's actually just going, we're actually just going to have the Stall Fest right here. So that's why, so this is one reason why I sped this up so much. But yeah, it's just what's gonna happen. He's gonna go on his Togekiss right here as I'm gonna soft bolt up. He's gonna try to trick me again. That's what I'm thinking right here. And by this point in the battle, it really doesn't matter. We're about, oh wait, actually no, I switch out. Never mind, I was thinking about something else. I'm just gonna go on my Zapdos because no reason not to. Only 2 Pokemon have died so far, guys. His Uxie and I forget exactly, but if I went for the Heat Wave right there, I could have actually taken on his Shaman right here. But I'm just going to go on the sunny side right here. I could have gone also on a Mamoswine, but I don't want to take some more rocks and toxic damage right just yet. I'm going to go for the toxic, and here we go again. Here we go again, guys. The stalling sort of deal, but It's just what's gotta happen, man. Just what's gotta happen. We are in playoffs, remember that. This is such a scary match. I remember I was playing this at 4:30 in the morning. I was so tired. I was just like, oh my god. But yeah, Leech Seed and all this kind of stuff is gonna go on. He's gonna be losing some more health every turn. Fantastic. And yeah, there's literally not much you can do. He's getting a lot of health back from the Leech Seed, but it really doesn't matter. I'm gonna go for the Soft Bull again this next turn. His toxic damage is definitely racking up, as well as mine. So that's fine with me. We're gonna see what happens right over here. I mean, there's not much to see actually, but yep, it's gonna be a little while. Don't worry, it's not too long that this. I mean, it is a long time, but since we're sped up, I'm sure within like 30 seconds it's gonna be over. Where's the end of the battle? We're like 40 minutes in, and only 2 Pokemon have died. His Bisharp and his Uxie. I still have all 6 of my Pokemon, and right here he's getting actually pretty frustrated with me, to be honest. He's saying in the chat, and I was kind of upset. Not upset. I was felt kind of bad for him, but it's kind of what just has to happen. I'm gonna switch out of my Chancey because I know he can spam the overheats and stuff, but I knew he wasn't gonna go for Shell Ball right there though, but he could have spammed it. But I was gonna be taking some more Toxic plus Leech Seed health, and I was not about that life. I actually predict him to go on to Shaman right here, and I go for the Fire Blast, and I actually get a crit, which I'm pretty sure the crit mattered. Although yeah, I'm pretty sure the crit mattered, although he did not have Seed Flare, so I could have actually probably one-on-one'd him and taken him out. But I'm gonna go for the Soft Bull right here, and he's gonna finally get the trick off on me. And I just let this happen at this point because everyone was tired in this match. It was 4:30. I was probably gonna win anyway. There's very small chances I could lose, and right now we have like 15 or 10 minutes left on the timer, and pretty much once timer runs out, it's over. Like I won because I have more Pokemon. He actually flinched me until he died right here, so I couldn't Soft Bull up, which it's not that big of a deal, obviously. I have an Eviolite now, remember, so this Flamethrower is actually gonna do a ton of damage to me. I'm gonna go for the Toxic right here, as that does a ton of damage. It's like 40%. I'm gonna go for the Toxic right there, do a ton of damage to him, and he's actually gonna go for the Tailwind right here. I don't know why he did that. We still have all 6 Pokemon though, and he has 3, so we're looking at a really good position. He is not gonna go for another Flamethrower. I just decided to go for Seismic Toss. I could have preserved the 6-0 right here and kept on spamming Soft Bull, but I didn't see it was worth it. I didn't see it was worth it. Everything was just going on. But I'm just now going to go with this. And I forgot he actually had the Tailwind up, and Crocodile is going to go down, unfortunately. But it didn't really matter. I could have played better, obviously, with that and just spam Soft Bull, but everyone's getting frustrated and stuff by this battle. It was an hour long, guys. And right here, there's only like a little bit left on the timer, like a minute or 2. So I'm just gonna spam Bruce till the timer ends, because I did sag off my my Chancey, and if I didn't do that, then I wouldn't have to do this. But in like panic, I don't know, not panic, I don't know, I just sacked it off, and I'm gonna spam Roos, and we're almost over. This is like 2 more turns or something. Yeah, I defeated X Scissor. So that is the battle, guys. That is the battle. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know that was kind of boring, I guess you could say. And I hope you guys don't say anything about it in the comment section. Remember, I did not draft my team. So I'm just using this team to my best ability. So I hope you guys keep that in mind, and that is going to be it. I hope to see you guys in next week in the playoffs, and next week we're actually going to be going up against the winner of the battle between Moxie and Fernape and the Tornado Nation. So I will see you guys then, and peace.